Hello, my name is Gerardo Ansaldúa, Senior Fellow at Ecologic Institute in Berlin, Germany, and co-leader of the Restoration Financing Group in the MERLIN project. I'm very happy to welcome you today to Module 3 of the MERLIN Academy, titled The Economics and Financing of Nature-Based Solutions in Freshwater Ecosystem Restoration. In this module, we will deal with the overarching question of how to pay for the costs of upscaling restoration projects. The video series will feature my colleagues introducing key restoration management and finance concepts. They will guide you through the pillars that underpin a financially viable restoration project. Nature restoration projects have the potential to reshape not only our rivers, wetlands, and lakes, but also the economy and the well-being of communities that live along them and that depend on a healthy environment. From this premise, we'll discuss what restoration managers should look out for, from a finance perspective, when designing restoration projects. We'll present methods, tools, and practical references that can help the restoration team to optimize their budget and spot suitable funding sources. This knowledge can also help restoration managers find out if they need finance, and if so, identify the right instruments to raise it. So why is this relevant? You might have heard that our society is currently undergoing a multi-crisis era. Our health, the mainstream economic model, global geopolitics, the ecological systems, these are all under substantial pressure. Responses are emerging, for instance in the European Union, where ambitious targets have been set to tackle the trends of significant deterioration of freshwater ecosystems and of the fast decline in the biodiversity that they sustain. But reaching these targets is costly, with some estimates running at about 6 to 8 billion euro per year at EU level. And while public administrations are the ones that commonly foot the bill for ecosystem restoration, this level of investment may be well beyond the reach of many of them. This calls for a shift in the way that we conceive and plan restoration projects, one that finds just, actionable, and sustainable ways to pull commitment from everyone affected. And this means contributions from entities that benefit and compensation for those who are negatively affected. At the end of this module, you will be acquainted with the MERLIN financing workflow. This is our guidance framework targeted at restoration managers who want to scale up and diversify the financing for their restoration projects. The workflow is structured along 4 building blocks, or pillars, that broadly illustrate the key issues that restoration managers should consider to make their project more attractive from a private lender's or investor's perspective. These pillars are represented in a sequence, but users can actually pick and choose where to start depending on their specific needs at any point in time. The workflow is intended to be used in an iterative and incremental manner, so that design features and decisions made in one pillar can benefit from new information that is generated in another. So for instance, in Pillar A, you will hear about the importance of gathering a strong, multidisciplinary team to design and execute the project, and of engaging stakeholders meaningfully and at the right times. In Pillar B, you will learn about the methods we use in MERLIN to assess the impact of restoration projects on natural capital and on ecosystem services, as well as the resulting costs and benefits. In Pillar C, you will be presented with a range of possible funding and revenue streams that can be tapped on to pay for the cost of a restoration project, going from the more conventional ones, like grants, to the commercialization of commodities and services that are generated through these restoration actions. Lastly, in Pillar D, you will get an overview of useful concepts and tools to develop a sound financial strategy for your restoration project. You'll hear about the importance of ensuring a healthy cash flow, of leveraging finance when necessary, using existing or custom financing instruments, and of considering what institutional settings might be required for you to be able to obtain this finance in the first place. This last pillar links directly to the off-the-shelf instruments of MERLIN. These are a set of thoroughly documented instruments that can be used to raise finance and other contributions from private entities. So be welcome to this module on the economics and finance of restoration. We hope you truly benefit from it and pick up a few useful tricks along the way. Enjoy the videos.